Hi everyone, this is Chef Bonus, and today's video is all about the scoring and baking, right? I have explained all in detail, so make sure you focusing on the previous videos first, then you come into the step, right? Because this is all about 12 steps, step by step, a bread course. We'll start, and before that, make sure you subscribe and press on the ring bell icon, so you'll be getting my notification whatever the new stuff I'm been adding in my YouTube channel, right? So make sure you do share, and yeah, it's all about us, a sweet family of the YouTube member who haven't been subscribing and doing this, and I'm doing for them. Really happy and sharing this all knowledgeable stuff with you. Just thought of sharing with you, so I'm doing it, right? Let's start the session. In the previous video we have seen this, I have already explained about the proofing the bread, right? This is done, and today we're going to start with the scoring and docking. Okay, so what exactly the scoring is all about? Scoring is all about the cut the surface of the bread to create a weaker spot. Make sure you see this weaker spot, right, for the steam to pass, and it also helps to improve the shape of the cutting. By cutting the top with the sharp blade or knife, right? You see this, what exactly I'm holding here is called bread lamb. Okay, this is nothing, this is just a one wooden piece of thing which is holding the bread, so I can just just like a pencil, so this is the bread where exactly I'm scoring this bread like this, and this is what exactly the final looks like. This is a lean dough, okay, and this is the sourdough. So why we are actually cutting this, you know what, one bread, too much of CO2 gas. When we're going to bake it, that moment what will happen when we're going to bake it inside that, so the steam what exactly is going to create from the inside to evaporate, right? Okay, let me explain you like this. The tray, when I put it inside the oven, so this bottom area where exactly I'm going to keep my tray over here with the bread, and we're going to close the oven again. So inside the heat, so the surface, the bottom surface is the first one who actually touches this dough, right? So what exactly happened when they touches the dough, so this dough's moisture, the moisture which is present inside the bread will start steaming, and this steam gives the volume. Clear with this? So the steam which is going to create and the CO2 gas which is present inside the bread, right, so that will start releasing. So what happened, the crust which is going to get formed with the help of the heat, so what will happen if the heat which is there, and why, because of to bake it, right? So this heat will make a nice crust on the top of the bread, and the steam which is going to push from upwards, right, which is pushing upwards, so that steam when going to want to out, means the moisture when it want to out from the bread, it will just going to crack the top layer. So not to get that crack, before that we just give a nice design where the air, or you can see the moisture or the steam, or you can say the CO2 gas, whatever is there, to out, to make it peacefully out without bursting the bread. Simple as that. So no burst, right? That is the reason we are scoring this one here, so the air will come out peacefully with that, and we're also going to get a really nice design instead of bursting, instead of ununiform at least this design we're going to receive after bake. You want to see this design, I'll show you here. You can see this is the design we can get it. So this is the air where exactly it's been out, and this cut, you have seen this is the cut, and this cut also helps to escape the air. This is where exactly the air escapes. Okay, clear with this part? So this is what exactly, and this is why we do scoring. Clear with this? This is all about scoring. And what exactly docking means, you have seen the pizza base, we used to dock with the help of the docker. You have seen the docker, and this is the docker. Okay, you just hold this and you roll this one like this on the surface of the bread, it will give you a really nice dog. So this is very, very important. And here I have already added one important topic, which is all about the surface. Okay, the surface of the oven, this area, this is the deck oven. This is not conventional, this is a deck oven. Okay, so the deck oven, what happens, this area is always hot. Okay, we have one rod here on the top, and this is the base. Okay, so all the side we are getting the heat, but when we going to keep it inside the bread product, so this tray and the bread is touching the heat surface of this first. That is the reason I love deck, because this heat will give a direct heat to the surface of the bread, and this surface of the bread will start steaming to get the maximum volume. Clear? This is one of the most interesting thing, that why actually chefs like deck oven. Okay, clear with this? Even though you can go for the conventional oven also, it's totally okay with the fan, right? You just have to keep one stone here, and you have to preheat. I mean, whatever you're going to bake it, make sure you always keep your oven preheat. Okay, this is very, very important, very, very important. Okay, because slowly, gradually, we don't want to give them heat, we want to give a shock, a heat shock. And that is the reason what happened. I mean, we're making a chapati, right? So what we do actually at the last, we used to keep in the flame, right, the burner, we keep the chapati on the top. So that is the reason you're getting the nice fulka, right, a nice volume of the chapati. Why? Because of the direct flame. And that is what exactly we are doing in the oven. This is the stone, which is damn hot. I mean, 200 degrees Celsius we're going to bake our bread. Okay, or maybe a 220. Okay, depends what kind of a bread you're going to bake it. So that is what exactly temperature is there here. So when I'm putting my tray here and the bread here, so this area, the heat is going to touch the bread from the downside. So this, what happened, the heat, when it goes inside, gas, moisture, air, whatever is there, is trying to steam out. And that steaming is what gives you the volume, or you can say the size. Okay, and this size, and because of the scoring, what happened, the air can escape from this side easily without creating any problem. Okay, without giving, I mean, this looks much better than a bursted bread. Okay, that is the only reason we do it. Clear with this? And because of that, we only get the nice volume. Simple as that. And that is the reason scoring is important. You can see scored. So this beautiful bread will not change the shape, because if the shape is like that and so much of steam want to go out, if you don't really score it like this, the way I have done it here, right? So what happened, this bread might be, the air will pop out from here, this, and the shape what exactly I have given, I won't be received actually at the last, I mean the final product, right? Clear with this? Getting my point? That is the reason. And docking also, you have seen a pizza base, we used to dock it. Why? Because of the base will be flat when you're going to bake it, like putting sauce on the top, some cheese. So what happened, there's nothing will be rising up. Means this is flat, dock, put some sauce, put some cheese. So what happened, there's nothing going to bump up, or there's no bubble will come out. This space, what will happen, it will escape the steam, and we gotta get a really nice good sauce to get cooked. So there's nothing like bubble up here and there. Okay, it's more of just to skip air. Okay, to escape the air, we do the docking. Clear with this, right? So this is what exactly the heat stone, the bread score, and this gives you a nice volume. This is one of the important thing which I have not added here, but I just remember, so I wanted to add, because this is something which is very, very important to understand, that why we love deck when it comes to breads. Clear? And these are like for the lean dough. If you don't know what is lean and rich, video is already uploaded in my YouTube channel. Make sure you go and check bread course. I have mentioned one playlist. Okay, every single video will be there. Just go and have a look, so it will make you understand that why we don't really do for the rich breads. I mean, depends on you really want to do or not, but we don't really do for the rich breads. We're more of doing for the lean dough. Okay, and later on, after this chapters once finished this course, I'll be getting that why we add salt, I mean ingredient techniques. Now it's going to be more important to understand the ingredient, because that will help you to understand that why we adding salt, why we adding improver, why we adding additional gluten, why we adding water, how much water we should put for to knead a dough, what are the temperature we should to focus. Every single thing will be there in the detail. Okay, that is going to be after this chapter, this course completes. Okay, that's another course which is for the ingredient to understand, because if you know the ingredients, you can make any bread, right? Any bread, and this is completely free. Just watch and get this. Okay, uh, yeah, that is what it is. Hard crust bread can usually scored to allow to escape the gases after the crust has formed. One more thing I want to add here. So this is the oven. Okay, this is very hot, 220 degrees Celsius. Okay, and I'm gonna put my bread here. So the gas is coming out. What happens when this bread, the steam is coming out simultaneously, the heat means the temperature 220 degrees Celsius is cooking this bread. Okay, cooking this bread, and slowly gradually what happened, the gluten, the network which is the strands been made, that will start statue. What I mean, what are the best I can use, I mean, start holding the shape and freezing it. It start freezing means cooking. Okay, make sure you understand this. This is the bread. Okay, let me show you again. This is the bread, the steam is coming out. At the same time, the bread is getting the volume, bigger volume. How come they're getting the bigger volume? Because of the gluten, the strength, the network which is there. This is start, I'll show you once again. This is the gluten strands, right? This is what exactly the air is getting inside, pushing out, taking out the steam, right? And this thing will start cooking. So this will, wherever it go, it will stay just like that, and that is what exactly the volume stays the same. So this network give the strength to your dough, right? Strength to your dough to hold the shape and retains the volume. Clear with this? This is what exactly it is all about the bread. So bread gluten structure is very important, because that is the only one which gives the strength and gives the volume to your bread. Getting my point? Very easy, but yes, you need to understand this before you start making the bread. Clear with this? And the only the lean bread you're going to, only the lean bread, that what you're going to get a proper, we can say a proper crust. Okay, you clear with this? If you don't score, will burst or break. I mean, it's going to be uneven. This shape I want to give, I won't be getting if I don't score it. Okay, so gas will try to pass here and there. Okay, will be go here and there, and it will be uniform. It will be not going to be get a uniform bread. Clear with this? I mean, for example, if I don't really score it here, you can, this is kind of a scoring only. So this will be, the gas will escape. Okay, and this is a rich dough, so I don't really require to score. Why? I have already explained in the previous one, and another chapter what exactly I'm going to get it for the score, and which bread is required to score, why not, every single thing in detail. Okay, because I love to I mean, I go depth knowledge, because I want to know every single thing. Why, because that why will help me to clear my doubts for my lifetime. Clear? The bread will expand through oven spring. I'll teach you what exactly oven spring is all about. It's in ahead slides. And then now it also helps to underproofed dough expand more fully. Okay, if it is underproofed, so what happened, the hot steam on the oven of the stone, right? The bread hot steam will help to grow. I mean, simultaneously it will help to give you the volume also if it is underproof. I mean, I've clearly mentioned the previous one that 85 to 92%, that what exactly I believe I focus on proofing, right? So if you'd have like go for, I'm saying 80, if you go for 75 something, so this will also helps to reach to 100. But you're not going to get that much of volume which I have already gotten if I go and follow this method, right? 82 92, 80 to 92. Okay, Clear with this? This is something which is matters. So make sure you focus on this, that how much percent you're going to proof your bread, so at least you can get a better volume. So volume decides the proofing, a proper proofing, a gluten development, a proper recipe to weigh out every single thing. That is the reason I clearly mentioned the 12 steps. Every single thing matters to getting a perfect bread. Right? Clear with this? Okay, let's see the next. So the next we have is the baking. So let's see what exactly it's all about. Baking is all about bread which is goes straight in the oven. Okay, you can see these are small rolls, peanut rolls. This is a multigrain bread. You can see I have mentioned you already that in one comes to wash, when this is what exactly we have done for the lean dough. Okay, so this is the bread which is completely proofed, and with the help of the water only I have sticked this all seeds. Okay, so it has the flax seeds, oats, and I mean whatever's there available with you, you can just add it up on the top of this. And also when you do that, I used to do a little bit of I add also inside the dough. So that is what exactly makes completely perfect multigrain. And also multigrain flour we used to add in this bread. So multigrain flour, all-purpose flour, then the all steps, right? And then retardation is again in advance. I'll be teaching you later what is pullish, what is biga. This pullish biga I've already explained it in my YouTube channel. Make sure you also watch that, because that is a natural yeast which is nowadays all the hotels or all the bakers have been following that, because that is very good for health. Because when it comes to maida, or you can say all-purpose flour, is not that great for the body, but the fermentation actually helps to get perfect for our gut health. It's more of like our gut health. I mean, we want our tummy to digest it properly. That is the reason we used to go for the pullish. We go for biga, which is a natural yeast, a natural bacteria, right, which is helps us to digest it properly in our stomach without having any problem. And the bacteria that what we have is a really good bacteria which helps our to keep our gut healthy. It's not just about food, it's about science and health simultaneously, right? And yeah, that is what exactly it's all about. You see the buns are so proofed, so perfectly fruit and shine. This is what exactly I take classes and as to make these breads for them. And yeah, I'm a professor, so I take classes of baking, pastries, and this is all about my class videos, our class pictures you can say. And this is, yes, this is the burger bun, right? A rich dough it is. And look at the shine of this. I mean, the surface should be clean. That is what exactly it is all about here, right? This and this is why this surface is clean. If you do this one to this, right, the surface will be clean and giving you really nice shine to your bread also. And you can see this beautiful sign. And this is what exactly I was make for Korean buns. Okay, a bigger size, which is comes to 90 grams. It is 90 gram it is for the Korean buns. Beautiful, I mean delicious it was, right? So make sure when you put it inside, you have to check some of few things which is all about the proofing, right? We hope so you are clear with the proofing. Dough temperature increases and the yeast dies and the gluten fibers becomes firm. See here, this is the oven, okay, and then this is the tray and the bread is there. So the heat, the first heat, where exactly is going to touch and which surface of the bread is the bottom one, and this heat will automatically start. I mean, this is 220 degrees Celsius. I mean, so much of heat in this, right? So giving a really nice shock to the bread, and slowly gradually it will start steaming out. Okay, and this steaming out will give the volume to the bread. Clear with this? And because of the volume, we are getting the volume of this, so the gluten which is there, the gluten network inside the bread will start firm, start holding the shape and going to be stagnant there, because it's going to cook, so no moisture, so it's going to be get harder. That is the reason when you cut a bread slice, you can see the net web, that is the gluten. Simple as that. And because of that thing holds there itself, and that is what exactly we get the volume. This is holds, that is the reason we're getting the volume for the bread. I hope now you are clear with this, because I can show you the oven inside the oven, how it going. So this is a proofed bread. Okay, this is the proofed bread getting inside the oven, and we're getting the volume. Okay, this is something somewhere 90% proofed. Okay, that is the reason we're getting this beautiful height, and then later also we're going to give a really nice crust. In the baking, when it comes to rich dough, we don't really looking for the crust, it's more of the color. With the help of the wash, right, we have put in a egg wash on the top of this, and this with just the water spray. Okay, water spray in this, and in this egg wash, milk wash, or you can say yolk wash. If it is you want to make a veg, then it's going to be a milk wash. Okay, if it is non-veg, I mean vegetarian, then you go for the milk egg wash or yolk wash. Simple as that. When it comes to egg wash is consist only of whole eggs, a bit of milk, salt, a pinch of salt, and sugar, or in the sugar instead of that, or you can say honey. Okay, when it comes to lean dough is only and only water spray. And when it comes to this dough, I mean, if I know that this is, I want a beautiful color, then I'll go for the yolk wash. Yolk wash have milk, whole yolks, only and only yolks, no whites, no white. Okay, and then you have a salt, a pinch of salt, then you have a sugar or honey. You just mix it up and keep it in the chiller and use 1 day older. Wash, always try to use 1 day old. Like a little jug, okay, you put your wash here, close it up with a clean wrap, or just wrap it up and keep it in the chiller. 1 day before you have to make your wash, it gives you a better result, color, shine, surface, every single thing. Experiment it, you will really understand that why 1 day old. Okay, clear with this? 1 day old, because the ingredients what we have adding, it will mix nicely, giving some time. When you give time, things will come better for sure. Simple as that. That's the rule of the baking. Okay, time and temperature both matters a lot, because when you give, it will blend properly. It will blend properly. Okay, and then when you're going to do a wash, it gives you a nice perfect color, because same time when you give time, it will start concentrating. Okay, that will make it the liquid thicker. So when it go to the surface, to a brush, it will gonna go a really nice coating, and then when you bake it, the color comes really beautiful. Clear? Getting my point? That is the reason. And yes, when the temperature increases, the yeast die. So it's not about something once you bake, after baking also the CO2 is producing. No, after 60, or you can say 59 temperature, okay, the yeast die. Go to my previous video, is in there in the bread playlist. It's all about only yeast. In that I have mentioned the chart, the yeast chart, what temperature the yeast die. So on that basis, you can understand this much better. Clear? So, and this is firm, that is the reason the bread is holding the shape and getting the volume. And also the starch get gelatinized. Same thing, every single thing will stay. Okay, will be like firm. Moisture evaporates and form the crust. I've already explained this one. Okay, now how we get in the brown color? The brown color of the crust is from the Maillard reaction, also due to caramelization of the sugar. We'll be adding a little bit of sugar in the breads, right? That bread which has the sugar, and we're getting the color also because of the sugar. Okay, because it's get caramelized and getting the brown color on the bread. I think it's a very basic. Clear with this, right? Maillard reaction, also known as Maillard reaction. Okay, this is all about baking. See, it's not about that every single video, in every single episodes I'll be adding like 2 to 3 topics. It is more of like to make it clear for you. That is what exactly my focus is. So for today only, we're going to discuss about this two only, scoring and baking, because it has a lot of things to understand. That is the reason slowly and gradually we'll start understanding step by step. So till now, scoring and docking. Make sure you complete your task with the steps which I have already done. Make sure you go and revise once again, so you'll be getting the perfect understanding. So till then, baking. I'll see you in the next video, which is all about the 4th video, right? I'll see you then. Yep. Bye bye. Take care.